Attraction is one of the most misunderstood dynamics between men and women. Many men grow up believing that if they improve their appearance, earn more money, or say the right things, women will naturally chase them. While these factors can create initial attention, they are rarely what sustain genuine attraction. What truly separates the men women pursue from the men they overlook is understanding. Women are not drawn to effort alone. They are drawn to emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and presence. A man who understands how women think, react, and emotionally respond stands out in a way that appearance or status never can. This does not mean becoming overly emotional or trying to solve every feeling she has. It means knowing how to read situations, respond calmly, and remain grounded in your identity. Most men are so focused on impressing that they forget attraction is not built through performance. It is built through emotional alignment and confidence. When a man understands emotional patterns and stays centered within himself, he becomes rare, and rarity is what women are naturally drawn to and unwilling to lose. Predictability is one of the fastest ways attraction fades. When a woman can easily anticipate your reactions, your words, and your availability, curiosity slowly disappears. Emotional engagement weakens, and what once felt interesting becomes routine. Many men fall into predictable patterns without realizing it. They message at the same time every day, respond instantly no matter what they're doing, offer the same compliments, and react the same way to every emotional shift. At first, this consistency may feel reassuring. Over time, it removes tension, mystery, and excitement. Attraction needs movement. It needs depth. A man who lives on autopilot emotionally becomes easy to read and easy to replace. When there is nothing new to discover, the emotional pull fades. Men women chase are not chaotic or emotionally unavailable. They are grounded but dynamic. Some days they are playful, other days focused, and at times quietly reserved because they are engaged with their own lives. Their energy shifts naturally, not strategically. This subtle unpredictability keeps attraction alive. It makes a woman lean in rather than pull away. She stays engaged because she senses depth, direction, and a life that doesn't revolve around her. Predictable men blend into the background. Men with depth and variation stand out and are remembered. One of the quickest ways attraction fades is when a man starts seeking approval. The moment your confidence depends on her reactions, something shifts. Even if it's subtle, validation seeking communicates insecurity, and insecurity quietly erodes attraction. Many men fall into this trap without realizing it. They over-explain their intentions, over-text to maintain connection, over-compliment to stay relevant, or constantly look for reassurance that everything is okay. These behaviors don't make a woman feel special, they make her feel pressured. Men women chase don't require constant affirmation. They don't adjust their personality to match her mood, and they don't abandon their priorities just to appear available. Their sense of worth comes from within, not from her attention. This isn't about ignoring her or playing emotional games, it's about self-respect. A man who doesn't chase validation stays calm when responses are delayed. He continues living his life without anxiety or emotional reactions. When he does respond, his tone remains steady and unchanged. That calm independence creates curiosity. She begins to invest more because she realizes his attention is valuable and not guaranteed. When a woman feels she has to earn a place in a man's life, attraction grows naturally. Confidence rooted in self-belief, not approval, is what makes a man worth chasing. One of the biggest mistakes men make is listening only to words while ignoring emotional signals. Women communicate far more through tone, timing, energy, and behavior than through direct statements. When a man understands this, he immediately separates himself from the majority. Women rarely express exactly what they feel in a straightforward way. This is not manipulation or confusion. It is emotional communication. They expect awareness, not interrogation. They want to feel sensed, not analyzed. Most men respond incorrectly. If she says, "I'm fine," they take it literally. If she becomes quiet, they assume something is wrong and panic. If her mood shifts, they react emotionally or try to fix it immediately. These reactions create tension instead of connection. Men, women chase stay observant and composed. They notice changes without becoming unsettled by them. They understand when space is needed and when reassurance is desired without being told directly. They don't force conversations, demand clarity, or react impulsively. This calm awareness makes a woman feel deeply understood. And when a woman feels understood, attachment grows. Understanding leads to trust. Trust leads to emotional investment. Emotional investment leads to pursuit. Emotional intelligence is not about being overly sensitive, it's about remaining steady while paying attention. A man who can read emotional cues without losing his center becomes emotionally magnetic and difficult to replace. Many men misunderstand emotional tests and take them personally. In reality, these moments are not designed to create conflict or confusion. They exist to reveal emotional stability. When a woman pulls back slightly, questions your decisions, or expresses heightened emotion, she is observing how you respond. She is not looking for perfection. She is looking for consistency, confidence, and self-control. Most men fail these moments because they react instead of remaining grounded. They become defensive, overly apologetic, or emotionally reactive. This signals uncertainty and lack of inner stability, and without stability, trust cannot form. Men women chase respond differently. They don't argue with emotions or try to suppress them. They stay calm, listen without taking offense, and respond with clarity rather than ego. Their presence communicates strength without aggression. These moments make a woman feel emotionally safe. She learns that you won't fold under pressure or lose control when things become uncomfortable. That sense of safety deepens connection and respect. Emotional tests are not obstacles, they are opportunities. When handled correctly, they elevate attraction rather than diminish it. A man who remains steady through emotional pressure proves that he can be trusted, not just in calm moments, but when emotions are intense. And that reliability is what makes a man stand out and unforgettable. One of the strongest indicators of attraction is how a man behaves when tension appears. Women notice this instantly, often without saying a word. A man's reaction under pressure reveals his emotional strength more clearly than his words ever could. Many men lose composure too quickly. A small disagreement turns into defensiveness. A stressful moment triggers irritation. An emotional conversation causes them to shut down or escalate. These reactions weaken attraction because they signal instability. Men women chase remain steady. They don't mirror emotional intensity or try to overpower it. They listen, stay present, and respond with control. Their calm presence creates balance instead of conflict. This does not mean ignoring emotions or avoiding difficult conversations. It means handling them without losing clarity or self-respect. When a woman feels overwhelmed, the man she trusts becomes the anchor, not another source of tension. Calmness under pressure creates safety. Safety builds trust. Trust deepens attraction. In a world where emotional reactions are common, a man who stays composed stands out. He feels reliable, grounded, and emotionally capable. And women are naturally drawn to men who can remain centered when situations become challenging. That calm strength is rare, and rarity attracts. One of the most overlooked elements of attraction is boundaries. Many men believe that being agreeable, flexible, and always available will make them more desirable. In reality, the absence of boundaries quietly weakens respect and attraction. A man who says yes to everything, tolerates behavior he dislikes, or suppresses his standards communicates a lack of self-value. There is no tension, no challenge, and no reason for emotional investment. Over time, this makes him easy to overlook. Women chase established boundaries early and calmly. They are clear about what they accept and what they don't, without anger, control, or defensiveness. Their boundaries are not demands, they are expressions of self-respect. Boundaries signal stability. They show that a man has priorities, values, and a life that does not revolve around pleasing someone else. This creates attraction because it positions him as grounded and self-directed. When boundaries exist, a woman engages with the real person in front of her, not a version that can be shaped or taken for granted. Respect grows naturally, and attraction follows. A man without boundaries becomes invisible. A man with clear, confident boundaries becomes memorable. Women don't chase men who bend under pressure. They chase men who know where they stand and remain true to it. Many men believe that sharing every emotion and insecurity will create deeper connection. While emotional honesty is important, oversharing too early or too often has the opposite effect. Instead of building attraction, it creates emotional pressure. Oversharing signals uncertainty. When a man unloads every fear, frustration, or self doubt, he positions himself as emotionally unstable or dependent. This shifts the dynamic from attraction to responsibility, and responsibility weakens desire. Women chase understand emotional control. They communicate thoughtfully and choose the right moments to open up. Their vulnerability is measured, intentional, and meaningful, not constant or overwhelming. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending to be unaffected. It means managing them with maturity. A man who can feel deeply without being ruled by his emotions feels safe and dependable. Women are drawn to emotional strength, not emotional weight. They want a man who can listen, support, and remain steady, not someone who needs to be carried emotionally. When emotions are expressed with control and clarity, attraction grows. When they are released without restraint, attraction fades. Emotional discipline isn't coldness, it's confidence, and confidence is what keeps a woman invested and engaged.